Hi everybody and welcome to Tea Talk. Love a good clap. But yes, y'all know y'all like every time you love doing this, you love going missing on us. And it's not true. I have to live too, guys. I went on vacation, I go to work, I have business to take care of. No shade, but this is my biggest business, which I have something so big coming. Y'all gotta really look out. You know, I got so much really coming for Tea Talk. I don't even know where to begin. But yeah, so we're going to get straight into the first topic of the video. And the first topic is healing is growth. And what that means for me, I feel like is when you heal, you start to grow. When you grow, you start to heal. I feel like people be wanting to be like they're healing so bad, or because healing now is becoming like a trend. You know, I talked about this before. And you know, it has become a trend or whatever that people doing, and or making it look like they're really doing the work and not doing the work at all. Okay, like if I see you and you look the same from like 2 years ago, it's just like I really be question I really be questioning what be going on, because I don't understand how y'all can go these many years without growing, without advancing. I mean, it's really crazy that y'all don't even try to grow y'all brain. Like, it's nothing. And I be so confused. Like, for real, everybody should be able to have to grow from something. Like, when I see people or people that I'm cool with, I'm expecting something to be different about them. Not necessarily nothing bad, but you know, something good, even if it is something bad. It is what it is. At the end of the day, you did do something different. Like, y'all, I'm not saying that that's growing. That's not growing. But sometimes we do have to, you know, healing hurt. Healing really hurts, and that puts you through other stuff when you're trying to heal. But I feel like y'all not really doing the work. People are just saying that they're healing because they think it's a trend, they think it's a thing, and they just want to make it look like they've grown. So when you see your regular Instagram girl on Instagram, just know that that lady is probably hurting. Okay, she's hurting. Okay, grandma not mad. Grandma just hurts. That's what's going on. Grandma not mad. Grandma just hurt. Bitches are at home hurting, and you need to grow. Y'all need to grow. Y'all need to heal. Y'all need to heal so you can grow, because I don't care how much shit you put on. You could put on all the Gucci you want to, all the Louis Vuitton. You could do all that shit. It won't. It won't do much. It's not gonna change your insides. Period. You do nothing but get on Instagram and do all that. That's not gonna do shit for you. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. That it's not doing nothing. It's definitely an ego boost. So, yeah. And when it comes to growing, and like I said, like when it's the vice versa, like when growing is healing, it just works hand in hand. It's not really nothing too nothing to go too deep into about that one, because I just feel like I said, it's the same thing. You have to grow. Like if you're healing, you're definitely growing. You're growing from people. You're growing from things. You're growing from even food. Like when you heal, you really grow from a lot of different stuff, and stuff just don't be your type of thing anymore. And that's okay. I think people should learn how to respect that too. And speaking of respect, that we're gonna jump right into the second topic, okay? And this one is validating relationships. Just making sure that everybody is seen and heard. I feel like when we say relationships, people always think is, you know, you dating somebody or you're going with them or whatever the case is. And those are not your only relationships. Friendships are relationships. When you meet people and, you know, as far as you're concerned, they could be your acquaintance. But they are still, that is still some type of relationship. Okay? If it has a title, it is a relationship. Okay? It's not being together with anybody or nothing like that. You do not have to be with somebody for that to go on. And yeah, so validating relationships is about respecting one another. It is about respect in a lot of different aspects. You have to respect people opinions, the way that they move. I'm not saying put up with people's stuff. I'm not team that. I'm not team that. But what I am saying is just make sure that the other person at least feels like you can somehow trying to understand what they saying, at least comprehend or feel where they coming from. Y'all really have no empathy nowadays. Like none. It really sucks. It really sucks. Nobody has compassion for one another. Nobody has nothing. I understand we can't let people get over and do all that, but that just also make y'all look like evil spirited people. Like it's okay to be kind and sweet, and it's okay. Y'all just love being mean for no reason. And I think when you don't validate people's opinions, it's a part of you being some type of mean, some type of arrogant, selfish. It's not fair. It's not fair because then the same people who not validating the relationships are the same people who want to be seen, want to be heard in those same relationships. I feel like, no, you're never going to get that when you're not going to give that. Okay, remember that in all aspects of life. Okay, you're never going to get that if you can't give that. It's never going to happen for you. Sad, it's a sad truth. It's a hard truth. That's reality. You get what you give. They've said it for years. They've said it for decades. It's true. And I do want to throw in this topic just because me saying that, people just not good people and stuff like that. I do want to throw in my topic about the healthcare field because I just feel like a lot of y'all be doing stuff for the money and it's not fair. It's not fair to have no compassion for these people, uncles, aunties, grannies, grandpas, all that good stuff because you want to check. It's weird. Okay, y'all be up in them places, tossing them people around, talking to them crazy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all don't. I think they need to start doing psych checks on a lot of y'all before y'all start getting these jobs, regardless of a check. And I know y'all be doing all these things, picking up shifts at agency and all that. I know. My mama works in the healthcare field, but she has compassion. She not out there tossing people around. I'm gonna tell you that much. Okay? She not out there doing that. Okay? She would never do her own people like that. Y'all don't have enough love for your own family to the point where y'all don't need to work with other people's family. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave that topic on exactly what it is because no, it's not fair. Y'all be doing way too much at these jobs or doing way too much for a check. Should I say? Cause it ain't fair. Tossing the people around, have them sitting in their poop for hours. Oh baby, I know. I've heard some stories. I've worked in some places. The fuck? So, but still. But still. Y'all gotta, y'all gotta get better. Be better people. This is why y'all need to start healing so you can go to work and actually be a healed person when you get there. You don't have to be mad at the people because you mad at home. It's not fair. And that goes for really any job that you work. I'm gonna be real. Don't bring your home stuff to work. I'm not one of those people. I might be aggravated in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I still say good morning to everybody. I still, I still keep it. But if I'm not in a good mood, I don't have to be. A bitch about it. Basically, I have to be a bitch about it because things aren't going my way at home. It has nothing to do with nobody that I'm working with. They could really probably care less about the shit I got going on now. My bad, y'all. I'm trying not to curse. But it's the truth, okay? Some of these situations or pretty much all my topics I be passionate about, y'all. So passion brings some stuff. But yeah, like we need to do psych checks on these people in the healthcare field. Okay? I'm gonna leave that where it's at. Just get a psych check, stop doing stuff for a check, and go heal. Like I said from the first topic. Go do some healing. Okay? And so the last topic of the day is gonna be articulate speaking / speaking well. So my thoughts on speaking well and articulate speaking is just that I really think it just be y'all tone. It's body language. It's everything. It's the way that people come off. Now I understand might be the way y'all are, cause I know how people. It's not making it right, y'all. Please. And I do think that just aside from kind of just talking to people crazy and all that, you would have a lot of more and better opportunities if you just spoke better. It's all about your tone. I mean, if I'm in a room with somebody for 5 seconds or 10 minutes, I know how I'm going to talk to them, how I'm going to approach them, how I'm going to present myself You know, I'm representing me regardless. And I feel like a lot of y'all don't think first impressions matter for some odd reason. Because if I first meet you, this is what I'm remembering from you. Like, if you talking to people crazy or you just always sound snappy and, like, you know, I picked up on that from that first time I met you. I didn't want to take time to be like, oh, that's my friend now and I know her, or they're my peoples and I work with them, and mm-mm. Everybody not going to give you that chance. They going to tell you no from the jump. Okay? That's why I try to really speak very well on her. I try not to curse on here. Try not to really use no bad. I try not to just call everybody men and women because, you know, I want to be on any higher platform than YouTube. You know, another one. If I was able to do that, I want to make sure that the right people are seeing my videos and they can comprehend what I'm saying and everything is clear and everything is good. Like, you know, I'm not trying to be rude and I'm not here to talk down on nobody, so I don't have to call y'all out your name. I'm gonna be real. But, you know, I curse like everybody else curse, so it happens. But I do feel like we can get out of a lot of situations. Get out of a lot of situations. Get in some situations which with the way that you speak. You have to speak well, y'all. Y'all have to have better language. I think this is not just for women either. This is for men too. Cause I don't speak on men a lot on here, but I do feel like that, you know, y'all not too good to heal. Y'all not too far from nothing, okay? You can heal, you could be a better person, you can validate relationships. Y'all not too good for it. Maybe in my next episode I'll throw a little something in there about that. But yeah, I feel like, you know, nobody is too far from none of that. Everybody should be able to grow. Everybody should be able to be in better rooms, be in better positions, everything. And like I said, I think a lot of opportunities pass people because they don't know how to talk. You know, and these are not just your at home activities. Like, oh, you couldn't go to the concert because you cursed the lady out at the ticket thing. Now, that's crazy. That's just an example. Wait, that is a crazy example because why you cursing the lady out at the ticket stand? Have some self control. Have some self control. You need to calm down. Like, it's not that serious over no ticket. It'll never be. Calm down. And that's just literally something small. When you get into a bigger room, you not can't do all that cursing out. See, some of y'all okay, y'all don't think y'all never gonna make it to a bigger room. And I don't mean that in a bad way. That's all about you and your confidence. But some of y'all don't think this is the biggest room you gonna get in is what you got. I don't feel that way. So every time I speak, I'm trying to make sure I'm going to bigger and higher places. And I just like to sound like I got sense. I don't like to sound stupid and I guess you do sound dumb when every other word in your sentence is a cuss word. It's like I don't understand. I don't be understanding. There's nothing wrong with cursing. I just told y'all I curse. Okay, I cursed in this video. I cursed in a few videos I have. So it's really nothing. You know, when you're cursing and all that, it's just about what you're doing. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Okay? We always got a good motto over here. But it's not. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. You can do something one way and it's going to turn out that way. You can do it another way and it's going to turn out that way. These are decisions that y'all make. So, speaking well, I just feel like that is something. Let's just try to do that better. Replace some words with some words. And this is also another reason why, you know, people aren't validated in relationships as well because y'all don't know how to talk to people. So maybe if you didn't understand them, you just made it come off super arrogant, like you don't care and you don't care that you don't understand. That's rude, guys. That's rude. It's not okay. It's not. So these things like this, when you're not healed, as you can see, it comes up in a lot of different aspects of your life. You can't even speak well because you're not healed. You can't even articulate because you don't even know. And you know what? I'm not even trying to be funny right now. But a lot of y'all, a lot of people would be humbled if they read a book out loud. And this is not to be funny. This is real. This is reality. We put a book in front of a lot of people and they read out loud, they would be humbled. And that should tell y'all everything you need to know about a person is when they read that book out loud. They not who they say they is. You're not. So, come on, y'all. Like I said, let's get the healing and the growth that we need in this next week because it's worth it. We know today's Monday. We're going to do some Motive Monday. That's what I'm calling it today. Just make sure everything in your week has motive. When you do anything, make sure it has a motive behind it. It has drive. We are not going to these jobs and treating people like trash. We not, you know what I'm saying? We doing our big ones everywhere we go. You know, I think it's time for us to really have motive behind what we do. A lot of times people don't have no reason behind the things that they do, and it's don't make no sense to me. If you're just doing something, you're not thinking, you don't have a brain, or like you don't have a brain, we got to get that together because it's enough for me. But have motive behind what y'all do. Y'all know I always throwing in some self-love, always, into the week. Because self-loving is what we need all the time. You know? Make sure that we doing, validating them in the relationships, and try to speak better this week. You know, if somebody has told you in the past you are, you know, you be snappy, you be doing too much, I'm not trying to come off like that. Let's try to, this week for real, not come off like that. Let's try to really not do it and act like we don't care. Let's not do that. And we're going to heal. Healing is almost or just about forever. I'm going to tell y'all that too before this is over. I'm sorry, I was ending and I had to open it back up. But healing is almost forever. Okay? When you get to a certain level of peace that you want, and that makes you feel completely healed, in my opinion, you go for it, you do what you got to do. But if you're still triggered by things and all of that, healing is never over for many. Okay? Healing is not even over for me. But it's about growing. I want to be a better person. I want to be in better spaces. I want to be in better places. I want to be around better people. I want to surround myself with better things. And I'm going to. And these are the steps I'm going to heal myself so I can be in positions to do what I need to do. And I'm just recommending the same thing for y'all. You know, it's all recommendations. But yes, that is the end of today's video. I will see you all next week right here with all the tea.